There you are at last. I had hoped you'd come sooner. The curse is strong. That you are here at all is a godsend. The creature that has stalked the minds of our savants. Nuala, Kadok, and Ethan. She is here. She has come for me, at last. The possession she used on the savants you encountered, I tried to fend her off. Though I stand before you, the sorceress has begun usurping other parts of my mind. I retained a part of myself and made the glyph that took you here. When we met in Talarain, I knew then that Savant Inga was right about you. Maybe too right. It is more than chance, Adept, that has brought you into contact with this sorceress before. And it's more than luck, I think, that you survived each encounter. She is the one that has stalked the minds of our greatest mages. But there is a more troubling history than that. Once I have been freed, there will be plenty of time to discuss her true nature. I am not the Archsage without cause. I had prepared myself for this manner of attack. It is how I can speak with you now. She is assuming control of my uncontrolled thoughts. I cannot venture out of this sanctum, lest I fall to her. You must thwart her plans. Take this, the true history of our order. It is the only help I can give you now. The sorceress has taken over some parts of my mind. They will be strong, magnified aspects of myself. Be wary.
You are too late, child. Even if you halt my ensnarement of the Archsage's mind, I have already accomplished what I needed. I have seen all that I need to see, and you have served your purpose well. This body is the incarnation of the Archsage's goals and ideals. For all his aspirations, the man is a slave to his discipline. It is a pity. Had I the time to foster some of these ambitions, he would make a useful pawn, just like you. Do you not understand, child? It was your initiation that freed me. The magic of the spell could not find your potential, and so it chose the greatest power this world has ever known. Ah, but you have not seen his thoughts like I have. I have delved into the man's aspirations. They are laughable. They leave him disregarding the reality of his pitiful situation. Even on this hill, you see all the parts of himself he ignored. The sacrifices he made to become the Archsage he thinks he is. And they shall rise again. Taste his ambition. You will know my fury! I see that my attempts to take hold of the Archsage's ambitions were less than successful. Not that he cares. There are, after all, so many flaws for me to hook into, to exploit. Already I have gleaned from his thoughts. Perhaps you would like to know his feelings towards me? Ciara Sedanus? In all the minds I have seen, there have been none that carried such indifference as this Archsage. Does he care about the wars that wage across his land? No. Does he care for the lives of his subordinates? Not in the slightest. He long ago surrendered to the inevitability of my return. Yes, I am the tyrant queen of the Dark Empyrean. The fools of the Scholia Arcana believe I was killed, but the Archsage knows the truth. It is, perhaps, why he has surrendered all hope. He knows I cannot be defeated, only delayed. the same thought. It is so small and boring, after all. He resigns himself to a singular fate, and this apathy that ensues, it is absolute. He truly cares nothing for his subordinates, or his home. I wish to enjoy this sensation more. So instead of me, you shall face some of this man's nightmares.
I no longer feel the prying of Sardanis on my mind. You have freed me of her. Thank you, Adept. By freeing me of her influence, I can distill for you those thoughts you have liberated. From my ambition, I can impart to you an indomitable resolve. From my indifference, I can craft a fearless impartiality. The choice is yours. I am the Archsage, but I am also a human. There were certain flaws of character that I had repressed. Sardanis intensified those flaws until they threatened to overcome me. By destroying them, you freed me of these flaws. I can give you the knowledge of this freedom. From my indifference, I can impart to you a sense of fearlessness. Through ambition, you can gain a will to strive for perfection. In many ways, they seem similar, but to you, the effects are disparate. A quality you certainly do not lack. But I think you will require every last ounce of our metal to see this through to the end. Now, are you prepared to leave? We have much ahead of us when we return to my quarters. Good. When we return, speak with me. The sorceress will not be suffered any longer. Jedi. I am sure you have questions, and I shall do my best to answer them. First, let me say this. No adept in the history of the Scholia Arcana has earned the Savant's Ring more than you. Take it with my gratitude. Now prepare yourself. The time for suffering the predations of our enemy is at an end. It is our turn to strike. It is time for you to learn the truth of our order. The truth of Sierra Sedanus and the fall of the Dark Empyrean. Sierra Sedanus was never killed, Savant. She was imprisoned within the very stones of Rathir. Because of you, she has awakened, and though trapped, she has proven formidable. Now to destroy her, we must release her. When Ethan Engar cast the ritual for your initiation trial, he created a magic whose purpose was to conjure that which could challenge your potential. None could have anticipated that. To do so, the magic of the ritual would actually find Sedanus, buried deep within her prison. The smallest part of her consciousness was summoned into your trial. Once awakened, she began using the minds of those involved to craft her escape. The truth of the Scholia Arcana's founding, its true purpose, is a secret that has been passed down from Archsage to Archsage. We have many savants within our order, those supremely gifted in the arts of alchemy or sagecrafting or scholarship. But there is a reason that Archsages are chosen according to their mastery of war magic, because one day Sedanus will return, and one must be prepared to face her. Since her awakening, Sedanus has been reaching out from her prison and possessing mages within our order. Her goal was the creation of 3 elemental keys: the sun, storm, and frost stones that you hold now. We will use these keys exactly as Sedanus intended. We will free her, and I will kill her. The brilliant Savaladan Bloodgood led the founders to build the very grounds of the Scholia Arcana into a spell. The glyph that imprisons Sedanus. Let the magic guide you. Walk the grounds and place each key with the appropriate founder, and the spell will be undone. When Sedanus is free, join me at the center of the glyph. She will emerge, and I shall make my stand. Good luck. Only one more key remains. I can feel the harmonies of the spell glyph unraveling. She is coming, Savant. Why does she not reveal herself? No. Stay back. It's you must... Ah!
So long I have anticipated this moment. To savor the sweet taste of freedom, and to destroy the legacy of those that imprisoned me. And I owe it all to you. From the beginning, you've played your part with a bright perfection. Each step in harmony with my will. Fool. So much potential. It is a pity I have to kill you now. Archsage. What silly titles you children use. That wretch would have been a servant in the Dark Empyrean. But rest assured, he is safe now. deep within the very same spell that bound me, and he will rot there for all eternity. Of course it must. I've spent the last 7 centuries locked within a prison spell, forged from these very stones. I cannot step backward in time and visit my vengeance on those who put me here, but I can destroy their legacy. The Scholia Arcana will not survive the hour. You all will burn.
You have done what no other member of our order could. You have faced Ciara Sedanus and emerged victorious. After your trial of initiation, Jubal Calidus gave this to me. I realize now he meant for you to have it upon his death. The Scholia Arcana owes you everything, and are now yours to command, Archsage.
Greetings. Greetings, Archsage. Greetings, Archsage.
Greetings.
So the Issa chapter is focused more.
Greetings.
Archsage. Need to do any trade? I have some items for come again.
Fancy you.
A greeting for our meeting.
Selling any clothes? Well, my industrious little pleasant journeys.
Is there a petition before me? Ah, yes, but it is strange. You seem cloaked in shadow, hidden from my gaze. Ah, it is you, Shade. We are far from the woods of Dalentarth. I see you are eager to serve your guide. Yes, and come far from Starcamp. Mooncamp is a home to true travelers, faithful and talented. I have seen the items which you must steal. The Chalice of Forced Vintage from the lower city, and the Signet Ring of Wyvern Gift from the upper city. And lastly, you must steal the Cowl of the Maiden from the Temple of Lyria. These treasures are my blessing to this camp. The Chalice of Forced Vintage is said to take any liquid poured into it and transform it into fine wine. It is currently in possession of a peddler named Weinrich in Rathir's Seafoam Tavern. Relieve it of him. It is the signet ring of the Wyvern Gifts, one of the great houses of Rathir. The Patriarch Ebsel is a social man. You will have to take the ring from him away from prying eyes. The Cowl of the Maiden is a ceremonial cowl belonging to the Temple of Lyria. It is only worn on solemn occasions of the lunar eclipse. I fear that you are not its only predator. Mayor Ganon seeks the cowl as well. You are not the only thief that is pursuing the Cowl of the Maiden. There is also Mayor Ganon, formerly of Mooncamp. The calamities of Irian's and Mayor's relationships are not unknown to me. Resolve them and you may have an easier time.
Greetings.
Well, the men of this city don't spit, they don't stare.
Hello there. You look goodbye.
Well, hello there, stranger. Grab a mug and have a drink if you want. I don't own the place, but I know the drink is good. After all, I brought it here. I was wondering when word would get out that I had the bauble. Just recently came to it. But I'm afraid I can't give it over, stranger. It's not for sale.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
And then I say, Miriam.
Move along, citizen.
Enter.
Then the task is completed. I had hoped Mare might return, but it is not. Take this ring. As a reward. I've no need for it. She is not coming back. I shall be resolute. I will persevere. I know I shall. Now, for your part, the Hierophant has ordained another theft. Will you take part? You were specifically requested to perform it, along with a traveler of Moon Camp named Phasma Hume. Yes, the Hierophant was adamant that you and Phasma, but Phasma is no faithful. Why would we support a blasphemer? Go and pray before the Hierophant. There you will find your next task. Good day.
You have come. Good. Now that you are ready to continue, I know what must be done. You and Phasma Hume are to steal the amulet of Rithin. The unbeliever has been attentive for once. He is eager to prove himself, so he will help you on this mission. The amulet is the object I want you to steal. That is the only information you require. Rithin is a labyrinth of curious make. You will work with another traveler, Phasma Hume, to navigate its depths. Phasma does not take his worship of the Hierophant to Heartshade. He will learn the need for respect during this job.
So you got all that right? The Hierophant is sending us to Rithin. I always took the Hierophant for a horned beast. Telling thieves what to steal, telling the free to worship. Some leader. Came here looking to get away from orders. But it seems you travellers follow commands like everyone else. I left a life of luxury behind to become one of the travellers of legend, like Spinning Tom or even Mare and Irian in the old days. I left the law and rules and trappings when I joined up, only to be saddled with a new seer. More like a new overseer. Right, here I am, jabbering like a thrice-damned malt worm. Or the Hierophant, take your pick. You go to Rithin by the main entrance. I'll take another path, and I'll meet you in there. Let's move.